Welcome back into the Hilltop, Georgetown University, as the Hoyas, a victorious squad, singing the alma mater to the band with the cheerleaders. Big win for them today, guys, and they've got to be happy. We talked about all the different things kind of on the line for the Hoyas today. A lot to be happy about.
Yeah, you come out, win homecoming, you win the Lou Little Trophy, you're having a great time where you had to fight through some adversity, and this was a well-earned win for Georgetown.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, we kind of talked about it before the break there, that, you know, fighting that bug, that injury bug that hit them, it's very important to come out and get wins like this to where you faced all that adversity, you didn't play well, but you still get that victory, and especially on homecoming with the Lou Little Trophy on the line. Definitely a big win for Georgetown, something that Coach Garlotta and the rest of his coaching staff, they're going to use this tape to solely learn on it.
Let's go ahead and send it down to the sidelines. Anna Trullo with Coach Rob Scarlotta.
All right, congrats on the win, Coach. You're off to a 3-0 start. The Lou Little Trophy's back in D.C. How are you feeling right now?
Relieved. You know, that was a great second half by Columbia. You know, we really stalled offensively. We had a couple injuries, no excuses, but I thought the kids fought hard. Our defense has been there all year, and, you know, as hard as it was for Timmy Barnes to play with his thumb at the end of the game, he managed the thing to the end and got it down in 14 seconds. So a lot of good things come out of it. When you can get a win, there's a lot of things we can correct, getting ready for a pretty quick turnaround going up to Harvard on Friday.
Definitely. You had a bit of trouble with third down conversions today. How do you attack that in practice next week?
It's all basics. You know, third down's only tough if you're not very good on first and second. So we weren't great in first and second down, and we need to find a way to run the football, and that's going to solve a lot of our problems moving forward.
Great, Coach. Thanks. Congrats on the win.
Thank you, Anna, and thank you very much, Coach. The Hoyas with a victorious game today. Here's how it happened. Early on, the Hoyas going deep, Emory to Darius.
And that's the best way to ring up that cash register early, go deep downfield against their best guys, showing that we're here to play some football, and he definitely paid off with the touchdown. Then
you would see coming back, Mike, as it would be Jethro Francois with a big play.
Defense stepping up there, Jethro Francois just reading the quarterback's eyes, making a great catch.
And, of course, the Hoyas moving through in Columbia. This would be a theme as they would down a punt inside. The one did it twice.
And that special teams nearly helped them win this game and also helped Georgetown win the game, but their special teams was huge in this contest.
Speaking of twice, we saw this once from Wainwright, a fumble, put the Hoyas in good spot.
Yeah, it was something that Wainwright just couldn't. He did a couple of times, 2 fumbles, and just couldn't hold on to the football there at the end.
The big field goal from Darmstadt, it really ends up being the difference in the game. Columbia would come back, but again, Emory, it'd be another pick by the Hoyas and David Akiri.
Again, alignment, assignment, and execution, and he showed good film study right there, reading the eyes of the QB coming back and making an interception.
Then Tim Barnes showing off some wheels like you used to have, Mike.
Yeah, like I used to have, absolutely. not so much anymore, but Tim Barnes just using his athleticism to get into the end zone, lowering his shoulder there, and getting 7 for his squad.
This would also be a big play here as Nieslick, the kicker for Columbia, would miss the field goal. He'd be replaced by the backup throughout the rest of the game. So again, the Hoyas, a tough way to stop the second half there for Columbia, as they're able to go ahead and not get things going at any points on the board. But Columbia would come back. We talk about Wainwright giveth, Wainwright taketh away. He gave it right there.
Definitely on the opening kickoff coming out of halftime. Great return, set the Columbia Lions up perfectly, and they went down the field and marched in for the touchdown.
Then Schroer on that nice play there.
Yeah, great play design. Faked the rollout, had Schroer kind of roll with him, and then he put his foot in the ground, stopped it, and took it the other way. So great play design there for Columbia.
We see Columbia start moving the ball down the field on some of these plays, and again, we would see the punting game for Columbia as they would pin the Hoyas deep for the second time inside the 1.
Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work right there, guys. Batting it back in play and down it at the 1.
And you started to see Columbia get things going. That was Watson right there, getting them in position, and then Hill would take it in.
Yeah, and this was the point in the second half there where you could tell that the Columbia coaches sensed that Georgetown's defense was tired. They imposed their will on the offensive line, just running the football very effectively.
Pitch ahead, but again, the Hoyas with a big play on 4th down.
And that's when they answered the call and got the stop on 4th down. We saw them later on in the game make another big play. But this is the point where the defense finally woke up and made a big play in the second half.
It pulled the chains tight, and it would not be a first down. So the Hoyas then became into try and run clock mode, get things going. Go ahead, the fans very fired up after that play, getting the big stop. Hoyas would punt this one away, and again it became a punting battle where McCollum started standing up, but then another fumble by Wainwright.
Yeah, and we talked about at the beginning of the game that special teams was going to be the key to the game, and it turned out being the key to this game. Whether it be a field position battle or Wainwright turning the football over a couple of times, special teams were key for both teams today.
And then a try for the Stanford band play. Hoyas defensed that one well. Luke Thompson took his time out, talked to his guys, and able to get a stop there and get the Lou Little Trophy. Second straight year the Hoyas get the win over Columbia. And again, catches your eye, Emory, on those stats today.
Well, you look at the fact that the rushing yards, Columbia had a big day running the football. Both backs did well, but at the end of the day, those four turnovers were the big reason why they lost.
And, of course, that kind of, we talked about time of possession was in Georgetown's favor, Michael, to start. But then, of course, you see Columbia. That's probably why the Hoyas were worn out, needed all those turnovers to stay in and win the game.
Yeah, and if you look at those stats right there and you take away the turnovers, you would have thought Columbia would have won the football game. But 4 turnovers was just too much for them to overcome. They played well, and there's no moral victories in football, but definitely something to build on for the Columbia Lions.
And build on things for the Georgetown Hoyas as well, as they're 3-0 after the win today against Columbia. Thanks to my partners Emory and Michael. Also thanks to Anna Tarullo. I'm Jeremy Huber. Again, your final from the Hilltop. Georgetown 3-0 on the year as they beat Columbia 17-14. Good afternoon, everybody.